Well, with all the conversations about global warming and climate change and the fact that little rains, big floods have become synonymous with Ghana, particularly with Accra, I'm reminded of this day of 1995, where rains devastated many homes. Again, on June 3, 2015, many homes in Accra were devastated. In fact, it was a flood, filth, and fire disaster that hit Accra. Fast forward to 2022, after all the big talk about flood drains, about desilting the Odo River and many other projects towards the avoidance of floods in Accra and in many parts of Ghana, we've come to a suburb in Accra known as Mingle, where yesterday, after nearly 3 to 4 hours of rain, the homes have been devastated. People have been literally denied a place to lay their heads by the rain. So we're here to see the extent of the damage, the water levels, as it got into the homes, what has been destroyed, how the people in this home are surviving, and what picture it would depict for us in the entire neighborhood, what their drainage system is like, and whether or not the situation pertained when they first bought this piece of land and tried to inhabit it. So come with me, let's find out all of these fine details. Well, we're trying to find spaces so we can get in, and you can tell the mud that has inundated the home already. And particularly, I see that this is a new structure that's coming up, and you can tell clearly, if you would come with me, you see this will constitute the foundation of the building, as opposed to what will be here, and we'll show you that. But this will constitute the foundation of the building. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 straight courses, plus the concrete flow. It tells you that they had indication to prepare for the floods. We'll find out why this building is not completed at this time and why they're still in this particular structure, like many other homes around this area whose homes have been broken. We'll show you also some persons who at the last rain had their walls broken down. They decided to take their destinies into their hands and to construct new walls, but the walls again were broken down yesterday. Eja, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
I see you are tired.
Yeah, no.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
So, yesterday when it started raining, what was running through your mind?
See, yesterday when it started raining, because of how the walls are all broken down, we have no hope. So we have to move from the room and go to the other side.
But usually, when it rains, is that what happens?
Yes, normally. Always, every year.
Every year?
We experience that.
Since when did that begin? Because I'm sure you've lived here for more than 30 years, 40 years, 50 years.
30 years now.
Right. And every single year within the 30 years, that's what it's been?
That we have the same problem.
But when you first bought the land, was that happening?
Actually, the land doesn't belong to me.
All right.
It belongs to my in-law.
Okay.
I'm here with my wife and my children.
Right. And every year you have to go through this.
Yeah, through this.
If you put a value to the things that you have possibly lost for all the 30 years, what value can you put on it? Your TV set, your radio, your beds, your furniture?
We have lost so many things, like deep freezer, and so many other items.
Interesting. So I see that you were trying to reconstruct your wall.
Yes.
Why was it broken?
Well, it was broke last year.
Okay. When it rained?
When it rained.
Okay.
And we picked it back the same about a month ago.
Okay.
And it's like only about a week ago, it got broken again.
Do you get support, if you will, NADMO, the local authority?
No,
do they come here?
No.
Because if this has been happening for 30 years, it presupposes that then authorities are aware, because they come here to take their property rate and all of that. So they would know what the situation is. Do they come to you in such times?
No, they are not.
Not at all?
Not at all. They are not. I haven't seen any NADMO in this area in my life when I was here for 30 years.
For real?
Yes.
You haven't seen NADMO
No.
since you took over this building and you lived here with your wife and your family. Never ever seen them.
Yes, you have been living.
You have not received anything from them.
No.
That's
At all.
that's difficult for me to believe.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's difficult for me to believe because NADMO gives us an indication that they sort people out when they are in difficulty.
They are telling lies. They didn't come. They are telling lies.
Where did you sleep yesterday, you and your family?
Oh, well, my wife and the children, they were not here. So I, my third son, so we were at the top there. We got to sleep about 2 a.m.
You slept at 2 a.m.
Yes.
when the water subsided.
I
I can imagine you didn't get enough sleep because
No.
looking at your feet now and your legs, it looks like you've been doing a lot of fatigue.
Yes.
What are
yes.
you trying to save? What are you trying to salvage now? What is there to save?
Oh, at the moment, we are only clearing the water from the inside the room. That's why.
I see. Okay, let's check the inside. Maybe you take us inside so we can get a fair idea what we're dealing with here. We're trying to drill down and try and experience what the people around Flamingo and other places like Abosoka, Mataheko, and many other suburbs in Accra are experiencing. And then you'd have to show this. The water is sitting right here.
Yes.
The water is sitting right here. So this happens every time, every year.
Every year.
And how do you clear this water? Do you drill a hole or
We
what?
drill a hole.
Okay. So you drill a hole and then the water
Here
goes.
and the other side.
Okay. But then
the water will go
okay.
through the holes
Okay.
before you can enter. If not, you can't enter.
You cannot enter. So yesterday you had to drill another hole for the water to go.
Yes.
Okay. Now then you have to show this one as well. I see. Perhaps this is where the water came.
Yes.
These are the levels of the water.
Sometimes it go higher than this.
Sometimes it goes higher than
yes,
this.
Yes.
But
sometimes it go higher than to this level.
you don't mean it.
Oh.
So the water came all the way up to this level.
Yes, please. Yes.
That means that if you had a child who is about 3 feet, 4 feet, they can't be in this.
No, at all.
Wow. And this happens every year.
Every year.
Same quantum of water every year.
About 2 times in a year. We are still living. No, not or anybody hasn't been here.
But why do you continue to live here? If it happens every year, why are you still living here?
This is not a renting house, so we can't live here. We are only managing to have maintenance of this area.
Right. So you have no other option. This is the home that you have.
Yes.
And then you can go anywhere.
Yes,
but are you willing to relocate if, for example, the government says, hey, it's dangerous to live around here, I want to move you out? Are you willing to go?
Oh, yes. If I will get any other, I will go.
See, let's get inside and then let's see what's happening. So this is your living room, your hall.
Yes, this is the hall.
Okay. And if I can tell, maybe I come this way. The water came all the way to where the TV is. Okay, that's your dining table, I suppose.
Yes, please.
And the water came all the way. Guys, check this out. All the way here.
Yes, please.
So it's just inches away from this area, which is obviously the electrical point in the house.
Yes, please.
What this means is that if it climbs up again, they could possibly be electrocuted.
Yes,
there could be disaster that's happening. I guess this fridge is condemned.
It's work. So when we see that the water is coming,
Okay.
only have to rush to put on the
main switch.
The main switch.
Okay. So you do that every time it rains.
Yes, please. Even though the switch is off now, I haven't switch is on.
Right. Because you are not too sure
Yes, please.
what could possibly happen. I'm sorry about this situation.
Thank you.
So I'm still trying to understand how you're coping in all of this. Because literally we're standing in your hall, but we're standing in water. And for me, it doesn't augur well. It will bring around insects and all of those things. Do they also worry you?
Oh, not much.
Not much. Not much, really. So what is the way out in all of this? What's the way out?
When you have a loan,
Right.
you can
Complete
this
the
building.
project. Okay. Let's go this way so we can. So when you have a loan, you can complete the building that's outside there.
Yes, please.
Okay. So that's what you're looking forward to. But have you tried to talk to the banks that this is my situation? You obviously save with the bank. Have they attended upon you?
Oh, I haven't made any attempt of going to
You have
the
not
bank.
tried to go to the bank yet. And this stores water for you as well.
Yes, please.
But I'm sure that is also was affected. The water might have been contaminated.
Yes, please.
Wow. So that's the situation we have here at Flamingo. But interestingly, I see a big gutter right behind your home. Could that be the cause for your problems?
See, the problem is they started the project from Zongo Junction.
Zongo Junction, okay.
So when they finished the contract, because what the Kufuor government who awarded that contract.
Okay.
Even it was Chinese construction who did the job. They did very well. So we were expecting to going to
continuation
from here to the other side. But when the Kufuor government left, nobody has even managed again.
I see. So this is your kitchen.
Yes, please.
Wow. And everything literally is destroyed.
Yes.
Your cooker, everything. Guys, this is heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching. Just take a look at it. Danny, show them the floor so we can have a taste of what it feels like. So it means that you can't cook. So where do you eat? What do you find to eat?
Oh, sometimes the family friend brought some food to us.
Right, right. So even if Nadbo brings you raw rice, oil, and all those things, you can't find where to cook them because your kitchen has been washed away, literally.
Yes, please.
Wow. Okay. The former member of parliament lives not far from here. Does he come around when things like that happen? Did he used to come around?
No.
The new MP as well?
The new MP was here last week.
And what did he say?
He said he will go to the parliament and put it on the floor. He promised that he will do it so that they will come and do the drainage for us.
Okay. What has been your own experience living here with your father? Is this the worst you have seen?
There has been worse ones because today I've not been home. Or last night I was not home. But the previous one that occurred, I nearly got killed. The walls, when it was raining, outside was full.
Okay.
And then I realized the joints there,
Right.
there was water popping up.
Okay.
So that caught my attention. I drew closer, but then I realized it was more dangerous. So I returned. In the process, behind me, the walls came down.
Wow.
So if I had stood there for about 2-3 seconds,
It would have
it
fallen
would
on
have
you.
fallen on me.
And last year, what was your experience?
In an effort to exit, I got trapped. That was when the walls came down.
Okay.
And I was pulled into the building,
Okay.
virtually ran into the wall.
So this wall is caving in.
Definitely.
You're trying to exit.
Exit.
And then it hits you,
The flats hit me.
and then you hit the other wall.
That's it. It carried me quite a distance from the wall, from the entrance to the wall. It's quite about 7-8 feet.
Painful experience.
Definitely deadly.
Wow.
Not just painful, it's deadly.
So you just missed that by an inch.
In the process, apparently my dad also fell into the water. I didn't know. when I was exiting on the second effort,
Right.
I felt a fabric around my finger, right
Okay,
finger.
okay.
Apparently, it was his clothing.
Okay.
So I tried pulling. When I pulled further, it was my dad.
He was under,
He was
under the water.
under the
He had
water.
fallen already.
Falling already.
So if you hadn't seen him, he would have died.
If I hadn't felt that fabric
fabric.
around my finger, he would have probably been dead by now.
We've heard from the Mingles. Now, Mr. Emanuel is also a resident around the Flamingo area. And I keep hammering on it, it's a connection from this point to many other places in the country that are going through similar, even worse situation. Chief, thank you very much for speaking to us. What's your story?
If you get a storm drain from here, even to either a sharp curve or some Matayoko area, if you get about half a mile storm drain from here, I think all this thing will stop.
That would only mean that you're moving the problem from you onto the
You
other,
know, the
other set of
water
residents
when
there.
it's coming from the upland area, it's not so huge, but getting closer to this Walako area, now all I've done, you know, previously, because there is no gutters, you know, water normally passes through different places.
Right.
So it will take about between 45 minutes to 1 hour before the water will get here. But then those ones that have started from here might have gone. But this time, because of the gutters, within 15 to 20, 30 minutes, the whole place is flooded. The whole place is flooded. It's the gutters that is causing this thing. We need a storm drain so these gutters can link.
Okay. And that's all the package here on TV3 New Day. This is the story of many other people in many different parts of this country going through this year on year. Each time the rains come down, they have their hearts in their mouths. In Israel, when it rains, they're excited because they can harvest the rainwater for other uses. In Ghana, when it starts raining, people get scared. And all authorities have done is to tell people to move to high areas and not the low-lying areas. Question, where are our evacuation centers? Johnny Hughes, TV3, Accra.